Have you ever felt like no matter how many ads you run, you just cannot seem to capture the right type of people? You maybe run Google ads for your accounting firm. Maybe it's a service-based firm like a consulting firm or an advisory. And you run ads on Google, but you seem to just get junk or irrelevant traffic. And maybe you've experienced the same thing with Meta. I had a funny story of one of my clients telling me how he ran ads on Instagram and he got someone who was looking for a forklift job. So today, I want to share with you some of the ad styles that we test that work, and then some of the ad rules that I want you to stick by. And this is how we consistently book anywhere between 5 to 10 appointments per week per client. And on some days, we're booking 25 to 30 calls across our client base. So I'm going to be showing you a little bit about what we do, what our strategy is. We're not going to be covering this entire document today. We're just going to be focusing on this section of the document here. Okay. So I want to firstly clarify that people do not care about a service. They care about an outcome. Okay. And what I mean by that is if you are offering accounting services, you become a commodity. Okay. Same for something like coffee. Coffee is a commodity. Now, what can we do to make a coffee more expensive? Well, if I make a coffee for you, so if I handle the service for you, and I make it for you at a cafe, it will be more expensive. If I make the coffee larger and I add flavoring and I maybe add like a special limited time deal, maybe I could charge as much as 100 Rand for a special coffee, let's say. So what I'm trying to get at here is that when you're advertising, you need to make sure that you're not advertising a commodity. It needs to be specialized and it needs to look like an awesome deal, like a present. Like you need to wrap up what it is that you do. So there's 3 ways that we can do this. Now, number 1 is a testimonial or case study style. So for example, I could have an ad that says, before working with Overflow, we were scraping by with 3 to 4 new inquiries a month. Now we're consistently seeing 18 to 22 qualified consultations every month, and our sales team finally has the pipeline to scale. These ads do very well because immediately they attract the type of people who are looking for a similar result. Now, someone who doesn't have a firm where they take consultations, this won't be relevant for them. Okay. Think of like a e-commerce store, this won't be relevant for them. Another thing which I like, and these do very well, is using statistics and a benefit. Here's an example. 1 in 3 professional firms lose deals because their pipeline depends on referrals. Overflow's client machine replaces referrals with predictable inbound demos booked directly into your calendar. Then the last thing is benefit to result. So what is the thing that we do and what is the result that it gets? Okay. So for example, if I'm an accountant, I might say, we revisit your tax structure to make sure that your business is set up in a way that is tax efficient, and our average client saves 8% per year on taxes. Something like that. Okay. So our end-to-end system double verifies decision maker emails, runs the ads, and auto qualifies every lead. The result? Daily inbound calls with prospects ready to close without you lifting a finger. So these are the ad styles that we focus on. Now, what would be an example of a bad ad? A bad ad would be Jacob's Accounting, $500 a month, get it now. Or Susie's Law Firm, buy now. Or, let's say Daniel Consulting, get a special limited discount, whatever it is. We're not looking to sell ourselves like something from a discount store. That's not how you position yourself as a professional service. You want to position yourself as someone who is capable of getting results for a certain type of person. And then you want your ads to get in front of those types of people with the correct targeting, so that when they look at your ad, they think, I'm that person got that result for a type of person like me. I want the same result. Let me book a call. Okay. Now here's 5 ad rules that I want you to stick to. Number 1 is please, please, please make sure that you are leveraging human emotions. I want you to focus on fear of missing out, aspiration, pain, inspiration, attraction, authority. Like use human emotions that create a gravity, it creates a pull. Okay, so for FOMO, I could say 99% of businesses over 10 million a year use this accounting tool. Are you missing out? Something like that. Number 2 is make it look homemade. So you have to realize when you're advertising on Facebook or Instagram, this is a platform where people are relaxing, okay? People are relaxing, they're maybe on lunch, maybe they're having a cup of coffee, maybe they're lying in bed, maybe they're parked or I don't know, whatever they're doing. Maybe they're in a queue and they're busy looking at their phone. Maybe they're on the toilet. So what I'm trying to say is that if your ad looks like an ad, they're going to subconsciously block you from their mind and they're going to go past you. Okay? This is known as banner blindness. We want to create ads that feel organic to the platform, that feel like it was made by other people. Okay, there's this whole story about zebras in a herd. So zebras are all black and white stripes so that they blend in, and lions and predators have a difficult time picking them apart. And these like game rangers, what they wanted to do was track a certain zebra. But the zebra kept getting lost in the herd, so they couldn't track this zebra. So what they did was they painted a little red mark on the back of the zebra's leg so that they could know which zebra it was that they were tracking. The problem was that every time they did that, that zebra got eaten immediately because lions could instantly see that that zebra was different from the crowd. And it's the same with your ads. You know, it's tall poppy syndrome. Whoever's the tallest gets cut, or the longest nail, right? The longest nail gets hit first. There's all these like, what do you call it? Parables, I would say, that describe this situation. So if your ads look like ads, it's going to underperform drastically on social media. Okay. Number 3 is that clear beats clever. A clear message and a call to action will always, always, always beat some clever or witty comments. Okay. First, before we get clever and witty, we want to make sure our ad is as clear as possible. That means that we're writing at a 3rd grader reading level, and we are clearly describing what it is that we do, who it's for, and how they can connect with us if it is worth their time or if it is a good fit. Okay? I see so many people who try all of these fancy ads, okay, that use jargon and witty terms and like insider jokes that doesn't really land with anyone. Just another comment on this is if you're marketing to a certain industry, use keywords that industry uses. So if I'm speaking to like importers and exporters, I might use customs. I might use the word customs a lot, like customs tax or customs and duties or freight. I would use certain keywords that demographic uses on a regular basis. Now, the last thing is show, don't tell. Okay, so if you sell bookings, show a calendar. What do I mean by this? Okay, if you sell pie, you want a picture of a pie on a wooden table and it's steaming. Okay, you don't want a picture of a pie in a brown bag. And I know this sounds obvious, but so many people do this incorrectly. I know it's also getting dark. It's raining and storming here. I've got a little bit of a light and it's super cozy, but I hope that you can, I hope that you can still see me. So let's share an example, right? If I'm running an ad towards accountants, it might be beneficial that I make the ad inside of an Excel document. If I'm running an ad to artists, it might make sense that I run that ad on a canvas with painting. If I'm running an ad to a logistics company, I might have it be on the inside of a truck packed with boxes. If I'm running an ad to a medical practice, I might have it be inside of a doctor's office. So show, don't tell. If you're speaking to a certain demographic, make sure that the ad is taking place in an environment that is easily recognizable for them. Okay. So if I am selling, if I'm selling like, let's say travel, I'll have like these couples at the airport, or these couples getting off of the plane into a destination, couples like landing at a hotel, whatever it is. Then the other thing is test placements. So when we're testing ads, we want to also test video and images. Please don't just do images. Images are awesome if you're starting out, but I highly recommend take a look at testing videos. And with videos and statics, the most important part of the ad is the first 3 seconds. The hook. Who's it for and why should they pay attention? What's in it for them? Like really, really focus on making your ads about the viewer and not yourself. Awesome. That's everything we spoke about today. So the ad styles and the ad rules, and those are the things that we do to book calls every single day on autopilot for our clients. And it is a beauty of a system that we've spent years developing. But I wanted to just make it super, super simple for you today so that it's easily digestible and you can immediately get something from this to apply to your own ads starting right now. So I encourage you to go and take action and implement some of the things that I've said, and you will be seeing far superior ad results. These are the things that the top 1% of advertisers do that everyone else who is failing to run ads don't do. But thank you so much for watching and have a great eve. Bye-bye.